Hi everyone, Coach Blaise here, and today's video is a little bit of a different style. I am sitting down, as you can see, and I'm going to talk to you from the chair. So, because usually I'm standing up in front of this photo here, but I wanted to sit today. So let's get into it. Today I want to talk to you about what the 85% rule is and how to properly use it. High performers, high achievers, they understand that success and becoming great at your craft doesn't happen by accident. It requires time, consistency, dedication, commitment, all of those elements, even physical, emotional, and mental strength. So they must be giving all of what they have, right? They must be giving 100%. Short answer is no. More often, athletes and top performers and high achievers are actually giving roughly about 85% and not 100. 100% might actually be working against you. Here's a great quote by the legend Bruce Lee. "The less tension and effort, the faster and more powerful you will be." Let's think about that again. Less tension, less effort, the more power and faster you will be. And I'll get into why exactly that is physiologically, even. Let's talk about optimal performance for a second. In sport, athletes are constantly encouraged to give all they have, put it all out there on the field. I cringe when coaches say, "I need 110% from you." Not only is that mathematically impossible, but it actually gritting your teeth and trying to plow through and really grind it out can actually really hold you back from your top performance. Let's talk about the unique paradox for elite athletes. They need to be alert and ready, but also physically relaxed. They need to provide strength in all their movements, but also be smooth and accurate. They need to be intense, but also within control. So there's this balance between the two extremes. They have to be right in the middle to perform their best. This performance paradox is not limited to sport. You can see it in art creation, dance. You can see it in business, in the act of trying to close a big deal. This performance paradox is relevant for everyone. I first came across this idea of 100% giving all of what you have as a hindrance to your performance in the book Mind Gym, which you can actually see right here, second from the top. I reread it recently and I came across this idea again. It talks about legendary American track coach Bud Winters, and he had his athletes run 800 meters at top speed, 100%, give everything you got, and he timed them. And then the guys got to rest, and then they came back later, and then he said, give 90%. Let's run that same 800 meters, 90%. And the surprising result is the 90% effort lap had better times than the 100% effort lap. There's a physiological explanation for this. Our voluntary muscles are organized in opposing pairs. Therefore, when we want to run at our top speed in other athletic movements, some muscles need to be contracting while others are relaxed. When you are giving 100%, you're contracting all of the muscles. All the muscles are contracting and working against each other. You've got the accelerating muscles going and the braking muscles going. They're all trying to overpower one another. Therefore, you're not giving your best. Your actions, your movements, they aren't smooth. They aren't actually producing the amount of power and accuracy and strength that they could produce. Overtrying actually leads to underperforming. So when you're gritting your teeth, squeezing your muscles, clenching and running for the line, you're actually holding yourself back. You're giving a hindrance to your top performance. The 85% rule comes up again in the Tim Ferriss show where he interviews Hugh Jackman. In the discussion of physical preparation for Jackman's roles, he talks about the 85% rule. While he mentions this, he talks about the importance of relaxation to give his best performance. I want you to listen to this clip from the interview that Tim Ferriss had with him.
Fighting is dance. There's more relaxation in a fight scene than there is strength, which is probably the case for, if you think about all the great athletes you see, there's relaxation. And that movement has moved in sports. That's why you see every sprinter poking their tongue out now and dancing around with joy before they run the 100 meters, that sense of having the right level of relaxation. I think that they call it the 85% rule. If you tell most sort of A-type athletes to run at their 85% capacity, they will run faster than if you tell them to run 100, because it's more about relaxation and form and optimizing the muscles in the right way.
Again, this idea illustrates the importance of relaxation, mind and body relaxation, where giving all that you have, giving 100%, is actually counterproductive for your performance. When you're trying to give more power by contracting all your muscles, you're actually losing power and accuracy. We need to focus on giving a little less than 100%. So 85 to 90% can actually increase your chances of entering a flow state. I want to talk about flow for a second, and let's talk about what the definition is. Flow is the positive mental state of being completely absorbed, focused, and involved in your activities at a certain point in time, as well as deriving enjoyment from being engaged in that activity. That's a great definition. I think it really sums it up, but let me tell you a little bit more because I can't help myself. It's about feeling in the zone where there's this balance between the challenge of the activity and your skills to complete the activity. Time seems to slow down for you when you're in this state. Nothing else seems to matter. You can kind of almost see things unfold before you. If you're an athlete, it's like you can see how plays are breaking down in front of you, and it feels like you're on top of everyone and where you need to be, and it's just reading everything as it's happening. Folks are more likely to enter flow when they feel the balance between the challenge of the activity itself and the skill that they possess to meet that challenge. Some of the most historic athletic moments that many people can recall and remember are because the athlete was experiencing a flow state. Many folks attribute Michael Jordan's flu game. While he was physically ill, he entered flow and was able to produce that top-notch performance. Groups like artists, creatives, musicians, dancers, they all experience flow when they're giving their best performances. Often when I'm writing or when I'm creating or when I'm in the zone and learning, I experience flow, and I understand that the time is melted away. I look at the clock and I'm like, wow, it's already the afternoon. I haven't had lunch yet because I'm just so involved in what I'm doing. And I'm sure you've experienced flow before. So think about when you have had this thing that you're so absorbed into and you just realize, oh goodness, time has gone away. That's flow. Unfortunately, my dog is not the biggest fan of me experiencing flow because sometimes his walks get pushed back a little bit. Flow is so valuable for high performers that they actually work to intentionally have themselves enter flow through routines and thought patterns. So giving roughly 85% might actually help you enter that flow state as you relax the mind and body to enter that balance of challenge versus skill for the activity or task at hand. Let's talk about how to properly give 85%. In the same way that you create tension for the body and the mind, you can create relaxation. So the purpose of practicing relaxation is so that you can understand and recognize the early warning signs of tension building up in the body. So practicing relaxation is actually key to do before you're even feeling tense, just to know and have that awareness of the mind and body connection. Another paradox of relaxation is that when you are physically tensing and tightening up your muscles a little bit more and then intentionally releasing them can actually produce relaxation. And I'll tell you about that a little bit more, but this should not be done to the point of pain. So let's talk about progressive muscle relaxation. This is going to be a very surface level, generalized exercise for it, because this is a very deep topic that could get into more exercises and more techniques. So I just want to give you a quick one here so you can walk away knowing exactly how to do it. Like a lot of people, I carry a lot of tension in my shoulders get tight. I've gotten into cycling, and I notice when I'm cycling, sometimes my shoulders creep up and I'm like holding the handlebar tight, and it's just not helpful for me to produce my best performance. When you notice your tension building up in your shoulders or you find it getting a little tight, you can intentionally squeeze that muscle for about 5 seconds. Bring those shoulders up a little bit more tight, squeeze and hold for 5 seconds, and then you can relax, allow to breathe out, and you can actually feel relaxation come over those same muscles that were tense before. It's really important during that exercise to pay attention to the sensation or the feelings in your body, how the tension is built up, and then allowing it to release. And this can be done with other muscle groups in the body, legs, stomach, chest. Shoulders are probably the most common one, shoulders and neck, but I would encourage you to give it a try. Just make sure you don't feel any pain. An additional strategy is squared breathing. And this one is a breathing exercise where if you have any breathing issues, I'd encourage you to take your time with this one or not even try it. But this is a breathing exercise that can help induce relaxation for the mind and the body. So squared breathing is, as it sounds, a square. I like to imagine a square. So it's a 4-second inhale, a 4-second hold, a 4-second exhale, and a 4-second hold. You can do this repetitively a couple times. This exercise relaxes the body by slowing down the heart rate and releasing tension from the muscles. It also quiets the mind as it gives it an activity to do where you're counting. And I like to imagine I'm following a square. I'm not sure if other people do that, but that's how my imagination works. Practicing this before you experience tension, both the progressive muscle relaxation and the squared breathing can help you recognize when you're feeling tension and stress, and then help you bring yourself down to a relaxed level where you're ready to give that 85%. If you can relax your body, you can relax your mind. It works vice versa. There's that mind-body connection. Set yourself up for your best performance by giving 85%. Oh, you're still here. Well, since you're still here, check out the link down below. I have a free download for an imagery workbook where you can start to improve your performance through the mind. Since a lot of people can't physically practice right now, check out that link. You can get your practice mentally going right here, right now. Thanks for checking out this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.